Sagittarius, welcome to your general reading. Welcome back or welcome in. Thanks so much for joining, guys. This will be a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius. I am going to start with the tarot cards and with the oracle cards. Cards are already jumping, people. Okay. So, as I said, this will be a general reading. It might not resonate for all of you. It probably won't. There's a lot of Sagittarius, okay? So take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'm going to be using the Crow Tarot, which is here. And what is my clarifying deck? I don't know the name of it offhand. I don't use it often. Felt the need. So anyway, whatever comes out, okay? I like to go with the flow. If it's your message, you will feel that it's for you. So let's see. What do we have for Sagittarius, please? Messages for Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? These cards are so big. Justice and Nine of Wands. Justice in the recent past position, or in the past. Of course, it's about balance, fairness. In the past, there was a need for something to be fair. Something needed to... Something needing to happen to achieve fairness in your eyes, okay, from your viewpoint. Current energy, Nine of Wands. Getting to be a little bit of a heavy load there, Sagittarius. This is in other decks, like the Rider-Waite, you would see this as kind of the wounded warrior, okay? It's almost to a 10. So it's almost to the breaking point. Some of you Saggies out there are going through it right now, okay? Let's see what else we get for Sagittarius. Messages for Sagittarius. Future energies, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Could be about money, job, career, finances. If it's relationship related, it could mean that there'll be a commitment in that, you know, in the future. That's pretty broad, I know, Sagittarius. Okay. We will get more as I start to clarify. Let's see what else we get. What else with this justice, please, for Sagittarius? Okay, the Chariot. Two major arcanas right here. This is will and determination. So there's an energy of pushing forward, like being determined to push forward through a situation that perhaps didn't feel fair, okay? Some of you may still be going through this, depending on what you got going on currently. That Chariot is Cancer energy. Let me get another one with that. What else do we have with this, please? And yet another major. What do you got going on, Sagittarius? Magician. It's these two cards alone. Chariot, and the Magician. Okay. This Magician is about using your resources to manifest something. Okay. These are clarifying the Justice. Trying to right a wrong. Okay. It could be in relation to you personally. It could be you're trying to right a wrong, perhaps that somebody else did, said, something of that nature. Could be court related, because that is the Justice card. And typically, in court cases, the judge is trying to find fairness for all of those involved. You've definitely been trying to manifest something here. Some of you it may involve travel. The Chariot can be about travel. It can be, even great distances across state lines, that type of thing. I'll get more when I get my other deck. For now, I'm going to pull 2 more for these other cards. What about this Nine of Wands? Tell me more about the Nine of Wands for Sagittarius. 5 of Cups. That can be some energy of not wanting to regret anything that you're currently doing, okay? This is emotional energy here. So it's kind of like pushing through, even though you look like this. This crow has his head down, okay? It can be emotionally chaotic, emotionally distressing, all right? It is that kind of wounded warrior energy with that Nine of Wands. A lot of you have kind of internal struggles, emotional struggles. Let me get one more. And the Moon. Whew, you guys are pulling some energy here. This is Pisces energy, okay, with the Moon. That is about shadow work. Now, when I say shadow work, if you don't watch tarot a lot, you may not know the term. Shadow work is our inner healing. The moon is all about bringing things up from the surface, okay? Things from our subconscious. Things that we kind of shove aside, push down. We don't want to deal with them. Or it, whatever it is, okay? Those emotions, all right? The energy, so the current energy I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, is it's like a knot in the pit of my stomach, and it's overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. The Moon is also about, like I said, it's about bringing things to the surface, okay? This can involve you, just personally, which it feels like that's what it is. The Moon is healing energy once you get through it, okay? Now, the Moon, you'll notice on nights where there's a full moon, that moon illuminates everything on the ground, the trees, it makes things clearer to see, all right? Some of you, because of this overwhelming, so it's like an internal struggle, emotional distress, it's trying to for some of you, you're trying to keep it all together, is what this feels like. Making sure that you're doing the right thing And some of this may have to do with other people. So some of this struggle could be wanting to do the right thing for yourself as well as other people. Okay. So there can be some inner conflict, as I said, emotional distress that goes along with that. Making sure that you're doing the right thing. Let me get a couple more on the Nine of Pentacles, and then I'll grab my other deck and clarify some more. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Eight of Pentacles. This could be financial or job related. So going from a Nine of Pentacles in reverse to the 8 in the upright. Okay, 8 of Pentacles is putting in the work, putting in the effort, putting in a lot of effort. It could be putting in a lot of money as well. Pentacles can be, you know, your time, your effort, your energy, as well as material things, financial things. Let's get one more. And these cards are so big. They're like the size of an oracle card, and my table is small. Hangman in reverse. So the Hangman is about, when it's in the upright, it's about gaining some new, it's taking a step back to see the bigger picture. Now, you can see in this Crow Tarot deck that the crow is upside down, okay? How often do you see a crow upside down? I would say the times that I've seen one upside down are never. Okay, it's never happened. I'm just gonna throw that out there. He's trying to get some new perspective because typically, you know, he's upright, looking down, looking around. When you take a new perspective, when you look at something differently, you gain different perspective. Okay, this is why a lot of times if someone's having an issue, let's say someone is struggling, you know, with life or mentally, that kind of thing, you know, you go to a therapist or someone like that, and you're getting a neutral perspective. If you're too close to the situation, your vision becomes clouded. Okay, so there's a change in energy here because this Hangman is in the reverse. There's going to be a change of energy at a point in time between now and this future energy here where you're going to work differently than you have been. Something about your effort and the direction that you're putting your effort towards or into, I feel like it's going to change. Because you're going to see things from a new perspective. Okay? However that is, and that could be part of this moon energy here that a lot of you are currently in. It's going to kind of open up your eyes once you work through some things. Some of you may have things right now that you're working through on a personal level. You could have some internal roadblocks you're dealing with. So your perspective is going to, I feel like, change from the time you come from here to over here. Okay? It does seem like a progression. All right? You know, sometimes readings, the energy is kind of all over. Right? Sagittarius, for some of you, it's just kind of just like a straight shot here. It's progressing in nature as far as the energy goes. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords in reverse. This is that letting go of some anxiety, confusion, and I feel like that's what we're in right now, okay? Let me get my other deck. And I'm going to go back and get some more cards. Whatever this thing was involving the justice situation, I feel like it really propelled you. It's kind of like it lit a fire under your ass, Sagittarius, okay? There's a lot of movement here with this past energy. It's kind of like something set you on fire with this movement, determination. It's kind of an energy of, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it myself. No matter what, I've got to do this thing. Let's go. We're doing it. Okay. All right. Let's get some more clarification. Clarify this for me, please. The Chariot and the Magician. That card flew off and hit the floor. It went about 2 feet. Empress in reverse. Okay. This is Taurus energy. Let me get a couple more. Again, with the major. All of these cards over here are majors, with the exception of this Ten of Cups in reverse. The Empress it's another manifestation card. The Empress is basically all the queens rolled into one, which means at her disposal, and I say her because the Empress is a female, but tarot has no gender, okay? So regardless. She's a nurturer, okay? She makes stuff happen. She gives birth to things, situations, people, literally. The Empress can signify, because she is the equivalent of the queens all rolled into one, it can be related to a mother figure for some of you. And Ten of Cups in reverse. This is some emotional discontent within a family dynamic. So some of you may have had a family situation or something with your mother, or maybe someone older than you. That doesn't have to be the case, but it can be, where that situation kind of sets you on a different course, okay? And it's very similar to the Hangman, where I feel like some of you got some new perspective at some point in relation to that situation that set you. It's kind of like that gave you the determination that you have right now. Okay, Sagittarius. It's a whole bunch of energy movement started at this point. Okay, let's go to the current energy, where we've got the Nine of Wands, Five of Cups, and the Moon. Spirit, clarify this for me for Sagittarius. What else does Sagittarius need to know? Queen of Wands in the halfway, which is a neutral type of position. Queen of Wands is fire energy. This is your passion, your drive. Okay, it's a wand, like this Nine of Wands back here, where I said it's the wounded warrior. Some of you may have times where you tend to get a little heated, angry, frustrated. with that Queen of Wands. It is in the halfway, so it's kind of, I'll say you start to get irritated or angry. You know, you're on that precipice, okay? And then Justice again in reverse. We've got it in 2 different decks now. That's my guide's red flag saying, hey, this is important for Sagittarius. So we're showing you this again. Now it's in reverse. So justice was achieved in this situation somehow. Or it's happening now for some of you, okay? For some of you, this has affected you on such a level. It's almost a defining moment in your life in some way. That's the only way I can like describe what I'm feeling. You know what? I never turned my little, oh, maybe it's on and it went off. I'm out of my tea lights right now, so I gotta use this little battery tea light. There we go. Anyhow, let's get a couple more. What about the moon? Tell me more about that. Some of you even, I feel like this justice is staring me in the face. I know, spirit guides. Okay, so these bouts of frustration and emotional kind of distress are really tied into this of something not feeling fair to you. Okay, I feel like I need to keep saying that, although you would know that, seems like. Or for some of you, maybe you don't know it on a conscious level. Maybe it's been in your subconscious. Maybe that's why it's clarifying over here with the moon. Ace of Wands in the reverse. There's that wand energy again. That's it's okay. So this is, whatever this is, it disturbs you so much. You're so exhausted from it, I feel like, that it kind of interferes with maybe your personal creativity, you know, trying to accomplish what you need to accomplish, even though you're determined. But I feel like it can really get in the way. Let me get one more on that, because that's, I feel, is important. And then 5 of Cups. There it is again. Okay, we've got the 5 of Cups here twice now. Where is our first 5 of Cups? It's over here. That is that emotional distress, not wanting to regret, you know, not wanting to be remorseful. It's just, it's emotional upset. You can see it here. Okay. That moon card is going to bring up as well. It's going to bring up some emotional distress. Because going through healing work, whether it's just for you, for yourself, or it involves other people around you, it's hard work. But it's layered into this situation over here of, this isn't fair, or this doesn't feel fair, why isn't it fair? Or they're not being fair. Okay, there's this element of fairness that's kind of like hanging over like a dark cloud for some of you. Okay, let's go over here to, let's not, you know why? Spirits tell me to get another card. Okay, we're still here in this current energy. 7 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Some of you, for some of you, There may have been some maybe betrayal, that another person kind of betrayed you or tried to get away with something. Or this could be just your energy of things aren't fair, I feel betrayed, okay? That may be part of this kind of healing energy with the moon that some of you are currently in. Feeling run down, exhausted. Just, I need to keep pushing, doing. Some of you may feel like you're on a hamster wheel, like you're just going and going in circles, but you're not getting anywhere, okay? That can leave you feeling frustrated. It can leave you feeling betrayed, like, why isn't this happening sooner? Why am I going through this? Okay? All right, now it feels clear for me to move on. Okay. Let me shuffle this again, and we will go and see what the Eight of Pentacles is about. With the Hangman. Okay, Spirit, tell me what this is about. Eight of Pentacles with the Hangman. Two of Swords in reverse. There's that shift that I mentioned before. This Two of Swords no longer having like this blindfold on that you can see she has on. There's also a moon behind here. You probably can't see it. It's right down here. The blindfold comes off. Clarity happens. And you start to put your time and effort differently than you have been doing. There's a shift of energy here, like I said before. I even started my second deck to clarify. There's an energy shift that is going to be happening. I feel like for some of you, it's happening fast. Okay, let's see what else we get. Knight of Cups. Now those cups are in the upright. It's more, this Knight of Cups to me almost feels like emotional freedom. It feels like the weight coming off of your shoulders in some way, because you've gotten a new perspective, okay? You're going to get a new perspective. This decision, whatever this is, will come into play to shift the way that you've been doing things, to achieve what you're trying to achieve, to manifest what you've been trying to manifest. Okay? Let's get another one on that. Spirit, let me get another one for Sagittarius. Almost hit the floor. High Priestess. More moon energy. You see the moon on there behind her? There's that knowing, okay? From the Hangman to getting the new perspective. As I said before, it's almost a straight progression, okay? From over here to the future energy over here. This tying in with the moon energy of doing that work, the healing work. This High Priestess, this is about knowing, like it can be spiritual downloads. You might get signs, symbols, messages in your dreams, songs on the radio, whatever that is. That is, the High Priestess knows, okay? She knows what to do, and she does it. It's a lot of the High Priestess is also tied into intuition. for me, she's the most intuitive card in the deck, okay? The next thing down from that would be the Queen of Cups, okay? That's that emotional, intuitive energy. The new perspective is going to give you some aha moments. And there will be times where you just know, like, I know, I don't know how I know, but I know this is what I have to do. There'll be times where you know what you're doing. Someone might ask you, how are you going to go about doing this, that, or the other? But you're not going to share. The High Priestess knows how to keep things to herself, okay? Let me get one more for Sagittarius, and then I'll grab the Oracle cards. One more, please, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Another Pentacle card. Actually, that came out too. Three of Swords in reverse. Getting over heartbreak, pain. This Ace of Pentacles, so what this is giving me is doing this, it's kind of like you're branching off when I said you're going to be doing this mainly on your own, like you have your own internal goals, but you're not going to exactly share it all with certain people around you. This Ace of Pentacles is usually like a new beginning, a new start, or somebody offering you something. It's an ace, okay? Aces are new beginnings. This is kind of you after healing with the Three of Swords in reverse. After going through all of this, it's you deciding to kind of be the High Priestess energy where you're like, nah, I got this. I got this on my own. I got this. Okay. There's a feeling of clarity here with the new perspective, the healing from the moon, whatever that healing means for you. Okay. Take that how it resonates. And the energy shift, I can feel it. I feel it's coming in the next few months. It feels fast, okay? It feels fast moving. It does not feel slow to me. All right, I'm gonna take a few oracles for you, Sagittarius, and then we will be done with your reading. Hope it's been helpful. What else does Sagittarius need to know? Let's grab a few oracles. Air spirit knowledge. Look at there. New perspective. New wisdom. Knowing the direction you're going. Okay, let's grab two more. What else for Sagittarius? Purification. Pure spirit. That purification happens when you get that new perspective. Because the other stuff is kind of gonna, everything that's been bothering you internally or emotionally, a lot of that's just gonna fade away. That's the purification. Okay. Let me grab one more. Prosperity, be spirit. There you have it. There's that Eight of Pentacles energy working towards those manifestations that you've been working towards, okay? Because for some of you, you've been working on these manifestations for a long time, but you've had stuff for other people kind of getting in the way. Even if they haven't done it on purpose, even, you know, it's affecting you or it has affected you. It's like a big roadblock. Trying to go here, I'm like the Chariot. I'm determined to do this, pushing forward. I'm exhausted, but I'm still determined to do this with this magician energy, using tools and resources that I have to do it. This magician here, you'll see there's a wand. He's perched on a wand. There's a cup, there's a sword, there's a pentacle. Those are all the elements. You're a fire sign, so you're one of the wands here that he's perched on. But we all have these elements. We all have emotions. We all have the sword energy, the thinking, the logic. You know, the pentacles are our time, our effort. Things that we're trying to gain, money, career, job, all of that. All right? So, Sagittarius, I see this clear progression of this happening. There's going to be an energy shift here for some of you really, really soon. And it's going to get a lot easier once you have a different perspective. All right? Okay. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Take care. Please leave a comment down below if it resonated for you. Hit that like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll see you the next time, Sagittarius.